Alright guys, so if you've been paying attention at all, you know that E3 is going on right now, and that 2 days ago, I believe, 3 days ago, this trailer dropped for the new Star Wars game by E3 and Respawn coming out this year. And we kind of reviewed, or I guess reacted to the cinematic trailer that they dropped earlier, a month ago, 2 months ago. And instead of rather just doing a whole reaction to this very long gameplay trailer, I'm kind of just going to talk about why I'm worried for the game in general after seeing this and the cinematic trailer. Alright, so the first thing I want to talk about, something that EA usually has down. It's the graphics at first, just in this one part of the trailer. Overall, I don't think the game looks great or anything. It doesn't look as good as I expected it to, but I mean, that's not a big problem. My big problem is that Wookiee on the left side of the screen when you run in. I'll keep looping this clip, but that Wookiee looks god awful, like bad, like unacceptably bad, like PlayStation 2 type graphics. And same thing with Forrest Whitaker's character. His armor that he is wearing looks kind of flat, whereas even some of like just the default AIs that are with them, the outfit's more detailed and their pouches are more detailed and there's depths to their outfit. And I feel like his head as well, as along with his armor, it just looks really bland and flat and just not textured well. Now I've looked on Twitter and YouTube and everywhere while E3's been going on, see other people's reactions to stuff. I seem to be the only person talking about this. Maybe I'm just crazy, but that's my impression from this scene right here. But let's move on. Also, should probably just get this out of the way in the beginning. This isn't going to be in order. The gameplay trailer, it's going to be cut out of order for copyright reasons, because I ain't trying to edit this whole video and then put it up and it gets striked and have to redo it. So it's not going to be in order. I'm just letting you know now. Just get that out of the way.
Welcome to the New Republic.
So if you watch some of my past stuff, you know how I feel about this one scene. You know how I feel about this entire campaign. And that's one of the reasons I'm kind of iffy on this new Star Wars game. And it kind of just blows my mind how, you know, they have so much content with Star Wars, right? We're at 8, 9, 10 movies now, about to be 11 movies. All the comic books and, you know, just regular books and just all of this content out there. And then they came up with, you know, the Battlefront 2 campaign, which we all know is garbage. And then you have Titanfall, and they were in the same boat. You know, they made a single first release, Battlefront 1, Titanfall 1, and didn't have a story mode, and people asked for story mode. The difference is, one of them had no backup material, and the other one had just thousands of hours of backup material. Yet, the one with no material came out significantly better than the other one. I know most of you are like, I didn't play the Titanfall 2 campaign, what are you talking about? Don't worry, I got it covered. So the main problem with Star Wars Battlefront 2 is that the company advertises it as one thing, and then immediately flips it on its head and changes it into something else. Or another example where a company advertises a game as one thing, and then immediately flips it on its head and changes it into something else once the game is released. Or another example where a company advertises a movie as one thing and then completely flips it on its head and changes it into something else. I think you get the point I'm trying to make here. So EA doesn't have the best track record with making Star Wars games, at least with the 2 popular ones that they have made. And so my whole point, I guess, of this video, I haven't talked much about the actual game, but the main point I want to convey is that between the cinematic trailer, this gameplay trailer that's playing in the background right now, and the little teaser they posted on Twitter, you know, just like the cover art for the game, out of those 3 things, the gameplay trailer has me the least excited. Literally a still image got me more excited for the game than this gameplay trailer. I just think that this gameplay trailer, I don't know if what they showed was just a bad section, or if just the person doing kind of the demo playthrough, just their playstyle wasn't interesting. But I just found it extremely boring. It looked very basic, and that's kind of the main reason I'm worried, but there's more. See, unlike Battlefront 2, you know, this game doesn't have anything else to fall back on, right? So with Battlefront 2, the campaign was garbage, and it just so happened that the multiplayer at launch was garbage also. But if the multiplayer would have been, great, then I don't think the backlash would have been as big as it was. But the problem with this game is that there's no multiplayer, and I'm not saying that games should have multiplayer. I'm perfectly fine with single player only games, but the problem is that it just has the gameplay and the story. That's all it has. So if even one of those is slightly weak, that's a big deal. If the gameplay is weak, then you're not going to want to continue, you're not going to be having fun while you're playing in between the story bits. But if the story is weak, then you're going to have no incentive to want to continue playing the game. So they kind of got to get everything right, and with their past record, that kind of worries me. So like I said, if this game comes out and it's great, that's fantastic, Obviously, I don't want it to be bad. I don't want any game to be bad. Well, take that back. There's some games I don't want to do good. That's beside the point. The point is that just the gameplay they've shown has me worried, and I've talked to other people, and they kind of think the same thing. I mean, there's a lot of people that think this looks great, but I've talked to a handful of people, and they kind of agree with me that this is kind of underwhelming from everything that they've been waiting for the game. And so I'm hoping closer to launch, maybe they'll show another gameplay trailer that reassures everyone of the gameplay. But like I said, hope this game is great. Let me know what you think of it, and I'll see you guys in the next video.